Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Fly With Us podcast. This podcast is bringing the art of conversation, self-love, self-care, mental health care and protection, life lessons, love lessons, and everything in between. Today we are joined by a special guest, Chekesha The Mystic. I'm Lady Bounce.
And I am A Slate.
All right, welcome to the show, Miss Chekesha. We've been trying forever to get you on.
Oh my good. I got to get better with my technology. Thank you so much for inviting me and being patient with me. So, hello, everybody. It's good to be here.
All right, so Slate, you ready? Kick us off.
I'm ready. Our mindfulness minute this week is Luminous Inner Space. The quote says, I find in my heart the source of all inspiration. I do not need to solve all of my problems through overthinking or ceaseless toil. The correct course of action unfolds automatically. I only need to go along with my inner guide and everything will be accomplished naturally. It says when the mind grows tired of continual effort, we can always take a step back and get in touch with the heart center through deep breathing and meditative awareness. The heart chakra balances masculine and feminine forces, the life of the mind, and the life of emotions. As you breathe and move your awareness into the heart center, notice the feeling of relaxation as you turn your attention away from the head region. This inner monologue may continue, but it opens you up to a periphery of awareness. Your heart opens to the universe and all beings in all places. You carry a great treasure in your heart. All the worlds and all the beings are in them. That is our mindfulness minute for the week. It is Luminous Inner Space.
I like that. So that was like speaking to me. I'm getting my inner space together. So
All right, all right.
Shakesha, you are here. Tell us about how to get our inner space together.
Inner space. So many ways to get that inner space together. But what I've been working on personally to get my inner space together is what I call time travel. Okay. So what I do is I'll pick a year, any random year, and I'll get into the music. So I'm gonna check the like billboards, do a Google search. Let's say 1989. So then I'm gonna do a billboard search on 1989 on all of the top music, the top movies that were going on in 1989, and then really studying the culture, like what was going on, what was the people wearing and everything, and really take a trip into 1989 into the fashion and everything. What I end up doing with that, not only do I get myself grounded into a space that's going to take me back to when I wasn't responsible for paying the bills and whatnot, but it also gives me an opportunity to go back down memory lane, remember a lot of the good times, catch some healing from some stuff I might have missed last time around. And it also helps me to expand my fashion perspective, right? So going back, catching some of them old, I broke out some old biker shorts, some old, you know what I'm saying? Just old stuff from back in the day, just bringing that back into the wardrobe on the down low tip, because they're doing it now anyway. We might as well beat them to them. So that's what I like to do to get myself together. That time travel is a powerful tool.
I like that.
Yeah.
So the next time you time travel, you have to go back to 1978 because that was the only year that matters.
The best.
That is the
That's
only
when legends
year
were
that
born.
matters.
Oh yeah. I do. You know what? And so I went to a workshop a few years back that really showed us about how we can go back to certain years where a lot of that healing is. So what it was using was a numerology perspective, right? Where it takes your birthday and the birth month and you add those numbers together. So for me, it is 8 and 4. So 8 and 4 is 12. So what I was doing was looking at 12-year cycles from my year of birth. The year of birth for me is 1975. So one of the years that's really powerful, where there's a lot of healing at, is 1987 for me. So that's one of the ways that I really encourage people to go back and catch a lot of healing and a lot of victory by just energetically getting into those frames in time that's going to really help you to receive whatever it is that you need
Okay.
from a new. And I'm
Okay.
telling y'all, trust me when I tell y'all, I thought this, I'm like, man, stop this. But then I start playing like, oh, stop, remember that jam. It brings healing into your whole well-being. It is an awesome, awesome thing to work with. Very powerful work. Very powerful.
Well, it sounds like you've taken advantage of the opportunity to go back and take another look at, say, for the year you've chosen. Instead of looking back at all the painful memories you may have experienced in that year, you've looked for just the positive. So I can see how it can be extremely beneficial. When you go back, you're just looking for the good in that time space.
You can look for the good and you can look for the negative. So see, because this was 12-year cycles, I can go from 1987, 1999, 2011, and really catch sometimes not so good, because I do got a lot of memories from 1999 that probably wasn't so much. But it's not about going back to relive traumas. It's about going back energetically and kind of resetting yourself so that you can kind of adjust better and move forward a little bit better. So you can go back to a time where, let's say somebody disrespected you back in the day and you really didn't appreciate it and you was never able to move past that energy. By using this technique, you can go back to that point in time, capture that energy, kind of immerse yourself in it, recalibrate yourself to something that works a little bit better for you, and then kind of navigate through that a little bit better so that you're not going back thinking on that memory about, oh man, remember when I let myself down that day. Like, you can kind of get yourself a little bit of peace by going back to that point of time and addressing that in your very own way, or just energetically addressing that so that you can move forward a little bit and move past that.
So are you forgiving in that process at the same time?
Absolutely, you have to, because that's just for me in my process. I'm not going to speak for anybody else. I ain't going to say what you got to do, but for me, I have to forgive in order for me to be able to move past that. And it don't mean I forgot about you, but it means that I respect how you're getting down and keep it moving from there. And I can do that by going back to 1987, 1999, catching a time where maybe I wasn't so successful, getting peace with that, and then leaving it right there.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go back to them biker shorts real quick. Okay. on your site, you said something about dressing for your body type. I just had a baby, so honey, I don't know my type no more. I don't know my body type. So what how do we dress for our body type?
There's certain clothes that flatter certain body types, right? So there's those body types that are flattered more, where if you're a little bit more top heavy, there's a certain angle of clothes that you need to wear that's going to kind of emphasize the top, the top, but not as much as it would ordinarily be emphasized. For those individuals that got that hourglass shape, I want to go back into that because that's the shape I wish I was, right? Okay. They can wear just about anything. They wear that hourglass figure. They look good in just about anything. But for people like me, that's built just like a pillar, straight up and down, not too much curvage going on or anything like that, or those of us that shape like an inverted triangle, or maybe even the other way in that other direction and everything, there's a little bit more care in putting in the clothes. And that's all in trial and error. That isn't a be-all, end-all guide into how to dress for your body type, but it is a starter that's going to get you into a space that's going to get the wheels spinning. Let's say that much. And it's going to get you, it's going to give you a guide that's going to help you to kind of figure out some things that may flatter your body type a little bit better than a lot of the things that I was getting before that just really wasn't complimenting me. Like, with learning about how that body type is, especially for a type like mine, belts have made all of the difference. So now I can create that illusion of the waistline that I absolutely don't have. But baby, with a belt on, watch it now, hold it now, here I go, right? So all of, you know what I'm saying? So those types of things. And then when you wear like maybe the V-neck shirts and everything, and how they flatter you, and just making sure that those types of garments that you're wearing are really enhancing the best parts of you, and just being really mindful in that, because there's no be all and end all. Like you can tell somebody that has shorter legs that perhaps maybe A-line skirts don't really work for them. But in my humble opinion, I think A-line skirts work for just about everybody. You know what I'm saying? But some people will say that for those people that are a little bit more top heavy, the A-line skirts don't work for them as well. So I disagree. And that right there, it goes to a trial and error, because, you know, for some people, it may not look right. For some people, it just may. And this is all about what feels good for you and where your level of comfort is. It's all about being authentic.
And that A-line skirt with that top heavy woman with that belt, you just lengthened. If you put a belt up high, you gave her some length, so it's gonna kind of balance it out.
Ta-da!
So told me about this hourglass figure. Now I can see when I don't have hips. So now I can see that when I get dressed, if the goal is to have the hourglass, I know how to glue this up here. I might need some shoulders here, you know, to make it look more.
Right. To get it to be a little bit more symmetrical. Right, to get it to be a little bit more symmetrical. And this is, like I said, and this right here is a style that really works for people. For me, I'm not really a shoulder pad symmetrical person. So even though it may look really great to a lot of other people, say, hey man, this is the look, this is what's hot right there. For me, maybe not so much. But then when I put something on, people will say, Chekesha, I'm loud. You know what I'm saying? I'm loud and I'm proud and I will rock it. And they'll be like, come on, you need to turn that down just a little bit. But I'm going to tell you, I would not feel connected to my star player if I would have turned it down just a little bit. So we got to make sure that we stay into that space of authenticity, so that, you know what I'm saying, so that you're really going to get the result that you're looking for. You can't take someone else's advice and someone else's tips to get you in alignment energetically to who you are authentically. I think that that's the thing that we got to play with a little bit to get ourselves where we need to be at.
I like it.
I like it too. That is one of the things that I'm always saying, like when me and my husband go out places, because, you know, we're women and we look at other women and I'm like, oh, if she had only did, you know, I'm not judging, but you know, she had. And if only somebody would have told her, hey, a belt would have set that off, girlfriend. Or, you know, I always say, if you go out looking rough with your friends and they don't tell you, hey, that shirt is not the shirt you should have on. You look like burnt biscuits busting out the can, or you look like sausage. Them not your friends, because your real friends are going to tell you, hey, put that belt on, girl. Or no, take off that green belt and put on that yellow belt, because it hits the color in that skirt a little bit better. So when I'm like, that's how I was listening, like, yes, that is so me. Like, yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, say that for the people in the back. What about them friends? Get these friends to tell you the truth. Stop it, y'all telling girls they looking good with some foolishness on. We gotta love our friends. Just that don't make you a player hater.
No,
that means you're helping your sister out. You know. Yeah. I'm the queen of that. Somebody help me. Tell me that this ain't right and exact.
When I go out, I only want baddies around me. Like, I don't want nobody looking bad. We all look fly. Like,
right.
But we as Black women, that's one of the things that we struggle with a lot of times, is that we feel like we're in competition with the women that we hang out with. But if that's really your friend, then there is no competition.
Absolutely.
You know, if I don't look good, you don't look good. And I say the same, you know, as it relates to my husband. When we go out places, my husband will be the first one to tell me, baby, that shirt is not hitting today. You ate that whole pint of ice cream. That shirt is not going to work. And I appreciate him for that, because when I go out, I'm an extension of him. I'm a representation of him. So if I'm looking sloppy, that don't make him look good. You know, I have to edify him just as much as he edifies me. So when we go out, we fly together like, hey, that's goals. You know, that's power couple goals.
I need to get with y'all because my husband will agree with whatever I put on. It can be too tight. And let me tell you, I'm the queen of wearing something that might be too small because once I convince myself I wear a particular size, that that give and take, right? So I'm like, okay, so if I get me a 12, you know what I'm saying? I'm wearing this 12. Now I know that I'm in the 14, 16 range, but I'm gonna fasten myself up because when I'm standing in the mirror with my stomach held in to the side, I'm looking real good, right? But when I exhale, when I walk away, that look right there, that's the look my husband don't tell me nothing about. He ain't telling me none of that. Baby, you looking good. So my head is this swelled up. I got muffin top, flooded pants, whatever, maybe even a rip in my butt. Well, he won't let my butt hang out, but he will let me go out there looking good. So please be grateful because my husband feel like if I ask him, it's a setup.
Right. So no, I never ask because I know if I ask, if I say, does this shirt look too tight? He gonna be like, baby, that look like 4 rolls of cookie dough. Put that up. Go get you that large and put that medium back.
Right. Can we get something? I need somebody to keep it real with me here.
Okay, so I'm just gonna have to pray to the Most High God that my husband falls right in the middle of where y'all at. He's honest with me, and he thinks I'm beautiful when I might not be looking my best. So I want him to be right in the middle there.
Right in that's a nice middle ground, because don't get me out on the scene and I think I'm looking fly and then you drop this on me because you could have waited before when I could have did something about it.
But it sounds like it's a beautiful thing to be sharing the rest of your life with somebody who just sees you as gorgeous no matter how you stepping out. He just still sees you as gorgeous. That's beautiful.
It is. That's a beautiful thing.
So is this some of the stuff that you pour into the women or the people that you coach in your coaching service? Is confidence one of the things that you definitely pour in?
Confidence is essential because you can walk out of the door with a burlap sack on, right? But if you feeling connected to the star player, if you feel like you are in the A game, that burlap sack will be rocked and rocked righteously. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
You go throw it off your shoulder, you go cinch the sides, and you go rock that bad boy with just a little pizzazz, and somebody go think you done got this. This is somebody, you probably thought with Kanye West with his poverty clothesline. What was that? You think you got that from him? You know what I'm saying? This is the new Kanye West couture, but if you got the, see, it's all in here. It's not even about all of that. And so that was the other thing that I was working with this one girl, and she was really trying to bring a little bit of professionalism to her look, but really didn't have the resources. And so it's not about having these resources. See, we've got all this foolishness with somebody's name on the label and everything. You go right on down there to the thrift shop, get you a pair of slacks. They never go out of style. Throw iron across them bad boys. You'll be surprised what happens when you put something in the cleaners, find you a good tailor to size it up for you just right. Mm-hmm. And you in business, man. Yeah. What you need is a good fit. That's what makes all of the difference.
Yeah. You're right. Now she would have needed was a few blouses, and she done made herself a whole wardrobe with one pair of slacks.
One pair of slacks. That's
and
all
she could have done it.
You could have went right on down there to the thrift shop with $15.
See, if she would have went on a Wednesday, she would have got like 25% off, okay?
What you saying? See, that's what I'm talking about. Right. Mess around, get a bag to coordinate too. Why you out there?
Don't forget the heels. Look, don't forget the heels.
It's the inside job, and that's the thing that I really try to get people to understand. We getting our outside together, but it's really all about getting in alignment with what's going on the inside. This whole process is an inside job. When you start getting into the space mentally of wanting to better yourself, wanting to present yourself a little bit better, that's already your blinking red light right there that you have shifted into the mentality of wanting to be connected. Now, All you got to do is be confident in who you are and be on your square with that, and off you go.
See, I'm there right there in my own life right now. I'm like, I had it on my Facebook page. Search me, oh God, search my heart. Let me see. I want to be walking out with God's glory all over me. I want people to see it when I walk in the room, but I have to get that confidence in the Most High in me, to have it. So I get it. I get it. I get
it. Absolutely. It's for radiating.
Yeah,
I want to radiate it.
For me, it comes and goes. I have some days where I wake up and I'm like, I am Beyonce. I am Diana Ross, and y'all are the Supremes, and y'all are Destiny's Child. Or I told my sister yesterday. I come from a big family, so I told my sister, I said, I'm Alvin, and y'all the Chipmunks. I don't know what I am everything. But then tomorrow I'll wake up and be like, nah, you one of them chipmunks in the back that don't nobody talk about. You didn't make the episode this week. So it definitely it ebbs and flows. So part of what you do on your show is, tell women that it's okay if you have those low moments, but don't stay in that low moment. Which
absolutely,
that's definitely important. We are gonna have those days where we, quote unquote, fall off. But it's important that you keep that mental together. You have to. With everything that's going on, the only thing that matters is your mental health. And so I definitely, applaud you for sharing that message the same way that we do, that protecting your mental health is the only thing. It is the thing.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. So I just love that. I was in my zone. I was like, yeah, mental health is everything.
Ain't it? And that can affect our confidence. That can definitely affect our confidence with your highs and lows. I know in my own battle with mental health, some days you just ain't there. That bipolar will take you always somewhere else, and you just out the game. So what is something you would recommend to the sister or to the brother even that is not feeling their best, and not because they don't see it, but because it's here, it's mental? What would you recommend for them to do, say today, if they're feeling down, they hiding in their room, they just too dark and they're in that low place? How can they pull themselves up just with their confidence mentally? What would you recommend?
Absolutely, because I struggle with that myself. And I think that ebb and flow for me is a daily thing where I have to continuously kind of reset myself.
Amen.
And what I would recommend people do is something that I do on a daily practice. The first thing that I do when I wake up in the morning, I tune myself with my name. And what that does is it gets you energetically in alignment with who you are already. That's the very first thing that I do. You can actually feel it. If you say your name, like I go, Chekesha, and I can feel my body energetically getting into alignment. That's the first thing that you do, because you're connecting with your true self in essence. Then when you get into your meditation practice, this is how I start off my day. So I get in there after I tune myself, I get some water in me, rinse my face off. I got to come upstairs because I'm one of those people that I'm kind of type A-ish. And so I got to make sure that my day is kind of structured. I go straight into meditation. The first thing that I do is I get myself grounded first. So I'm practicing on a grounded exercise where I'm visualizing myself going to the center of the earth, or I have roots growing from the bottom of my behind or my feet. Those are where the root chakra energy centers are. And when you start to visualize that there's roots going down there and going straight to the center of the earth, once you reach the center of the earth, you sit there for a few and be grounded in that. That's going to help you to get yourself into a space where you're not so shaken by the player hater that shows up in your mind. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're getting yourself grounded. Then when you get into your meditation practice and everything, you start focusing on whatever it is that you want to visualize, that you want to see happen and manifest in your life. Now you got something to chew on, what I call it, right? You got something to chew on throughout the day. You got a goal, you got a focus, and you got something to keep your mind occupied, so that the player hater ain't sitting up there telling you, oh, you ain't fly, you ain't got it yet, this ain't for you. All of those thoughts like there, all of those things that I'm doing every morning are all practices to keep the player hater up off of me. Also, the other thing that I do throughout the day is I give myself small little reminders, right? So I set my telephone every 2 hours to say something that's going to really empower me, like an alarm, like I got a meeting, like I got an appointment. So I got a work phone that got all of my appointments. It's like, ding, you got a meeting at 2 o'clock. But I also got one, ding, at 10 o'clock. Deliberate focus. Stop, look, and listen. You know what I'm saying? Boom, that's recalibrating me. That's bringing me to where I need to be at. Whatever your message is, you know what I'm saying? Look your best. You know what I'm saying? Aim high. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, the devil's in the details, whatever those things are that you really want to incorporate into your psyche throughout the day, you want to put that on your phone and bring an alarm to it so you won't forget about it. And it's going to continue to remind you. These are tricks that you do to recalibrate yourself when the player haters start beating you up in your head, telling you you ain't the one. Because you are the one. I'm here to tell you.
You star player. I don't know if we're talking about the same people, but I get up at 5 in the morning and I ain't got time for that player hater. So I'm praying and meditating with the Most High God in the Word. Okay? Because we're commanded. So our rhythm sounds pretty similar, but
absolutely. And listen, I ain't here to knock nobody's spiritual practice. How you get down is how you get down.
That's
spiritual practice is what is helping you connect to your highest self.
Yes.
Okay. And when you are getting there, if it's the Most High, if it's your higher self, whatever it is that's helping you to connect to the light, that's what you got to do first thing in the morning. That's going to help you get rid of the player hater, or at least keep him at bay. Because if you know how to get rid of this player hater, somebody help your sister, because I can't get rid of him. But that's how I keep him at bay.
Player hater.
The player hater, y'all.
I like it because I know that happens for me a lot when I'm trying to meditate and trying to quiet my mind. We did a show last week where we talked about the very same thing about when I'm trying to meditate, when the noise creeps in, we asked our guests, how do you stop the noise, from coming in? So that, for me, like, I was taking notes, like that was powerful. I like that right there. That's all right. So to me, I told you that we were going to ask you for a self-care assignment for this week. That was it right there. I don't know about you, Slade, but for me,
that alarm for me,
that sounded like that's this week's assignment. Set that alarm, and every 2 hours, let's tell ourselves you are that deal.
Then we got to listen to that Beyonce song, ring the alarm. That alarm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
2 minutes that we have left. You sell beauty products on your website, so just give us a brief introduction.
Yes, I was selling beauty. Yes, I sell beauty products. I'm sorry, I am. But what this is, it is a skin cream, and I call it Skin Love. What I was doing was developing a skin cream to help me, because I had this weird peely thing that was going on. And, I know we all on the podcast, but you know what? If you can't shame the devil and tell the truth, I don't know what to say. But I got these little hairs that keep showing up, right? And every time I get rid of them shits, then they get real ashy and flaky all around in here, right? So I was developing a cream to get rid of that madness. And then, you know what I'm saying, I started noticing, I'm 45, so then other misfortune was starting to happen with my skin and everything. So I started noticing I was getting this crepey effect. What can I do? How can I fix that? This cream right here is what I use with a tallow balm. I also added some castor oil, and then I needed another component to really make the skin like pop. So I added cocoa butter to it. But what happened when I add that cocoa butter to it is then after a while, it starts to crystallize within the cream. And I thought, oh man, I can't sell this and everything. But then something spirit quickened me and said, because this is hand activated. And I put that cream in my hands and it got just as creamy and silky, and the difference that it made. And I don't know if y'all can see because the corona mask was drying my skin now too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gone. I said, oh, slow it down, y'all. I got myself some. Let me share this with the world. So I started giving this stuff away because I was trying to get people right. I'm here to tell y'all. So I'm on to something. So I'm not, it's not a great big seller, but if you need this cream in your life, I still got a lot from my first batch, but as I get the orders in, as the demand rises, because ain't nobody really checking for, maybe 3 people, you know what I'm saying, is checking for this cream, which is very unfortunate. But I'm here to tell you, this cream has done some serious, I ain't gonna say damage. Let me, hold up. Some serious, it has really repaired my condition. And
so how can we order our Skin Love?
Absolutely. You can hit me up at imagedivine@outlook.com and let me know how much you would like. If you would like, I have a small one for $5. And then I have the larger size one that I will let go for $13 instead of $20 that I was going to give it away for. But for right now, until 2021, I'm going to give that one away because I still have that first batch that I made back in the beginning of the month. But like I said, this lasts for quite some time. And I have some people that ordered this skin cream back in the summertime. They still got it. It still works really good. So it's not getting rancid or anything like that. Awesome product, y'all.
Awesome.
I like it. Okay, so we have come to A Slate's favorite part of the show.
It's our brain science.
All right, so in honor of your skin love, I have a few beauty tips, natural beauty tips that are absolutely free for this week's brain science. So these simple acts of self-care can help you feel beautiful, and it is your inner beauty that you radiate out into the world. So first, mindfully maintain your overall health and well-being. Acknowledge your mental health as well as your spiritual needs. Eat right, exercise, get that body together, dress for that body, okay?
Okay.
Get outside. Sunlight is your friend. Even on a cold day, sunlight is your best friend. That natural vitamin D, soak it in, soak it up. Your melanin will thank you for it later. Trust me. Of course, our favorite, develop healthy eating habits. That's not to say you can't have that Reese cup, but maybe you don't need to eat all 4 in the king size pack. Maybe just eat the 2. Just the 2. Stop it. Just 2 is all you need. Get plenty of sleep in a well-ventilated room. So a lot of people sleep with the fan on or an air purifier. That works too. Bathe often. Now we think of bathing as something that we have to do. It's essential. We have to be clean, but mindfully take that bath. Rub those thighs. Rub in that oil. Get it. Give yourself a massage. Show your body some love while you're taking that bath. Okay? Practice good overall hygiene. Get those smell goods that make you feel good about yourself. Put on that cute little outfit and you go step, girlfriend. Please step. Yes. Step it.
Yes.
So as you're doing all of these wonderful things, you're stepping, you're eating right, you're dressing right, we got our Skin Love cream. You can take better care of yourself every day. Your body will thank you for it in the end. So as we wrap up, Chekesha, you have to come back because I have more questions and stuff we didn't even get to touch on. You have to come back, okay?
I will absolutely come back. Absolutely.
I love it. So, final thoughts, Miss Slate?
I ain't got nothing. I'm trying to think about all the things I need to put in my alarm. What are you saying? My first alarm gonna be take that bath and love up on that body and order my Skin Love.
I love it. So if you need help, you can find Chekesha at Pretty Priestess on Facebook. Of course, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and wherever you get your favorite podcast. You can always email us at flywithusla@gmail.com. I'm Lady Bounce.
I'm A Slate.
And we out of here.
Peace.
Peace.